potty now.
Do you like my choice of music?
We can be real.
Okay, we're back. Soap fans may remember him as Dr. Jake Marshak from ABC's Port Charles and General Hospital. And Dancing with the Stars fans know her as the 6'8" NBA Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler's dance partner. Today, the married couple have just opened their first dance studio, LA Ballroom, here in Los Angeles. Welcome, Rib Hillis and Elena Grinenko, to the show.
Which I am so excited about.
Studio, just to
LA
be,
Ballroom
just so
Studio.
Yes,
LA Ballroom
we had
Studio.
to put that one on there because LA Ballroom was available on the domain, but it was like they wanted $50,000 for it. We're like,
Oh
thank
my
you,
gosh.
no.
Yeah.
So LA Ballroom Studio sounds. In fact, I like
Ballroom
it better.
Studio.
Yes.
Which you can find at laballroomstudio.com.
Yes.
So, you guys, I think I've never met either one of you. I'm very excited to finally get to meet you. I've done tons of cyber stalking of both of you. And we'll just get right down to it. Elena, you are, you've been dancing your whole life.
Yes, forever.
Forever. Since you were 7 years old.
Yes.
And you're from Moscow,
Yes,
right?
originally, yes.
Okay, so did you seek out to be a dancer that young, or were you kind of thrown into it?
My mom got me into it, yes.
Yeah.
You know, and as a little girl, you know, you come in, you twirl around, and you have the costumes and makeup. Of course, I loved it. I mean,
So
it
you
was
did,
not
you
even a
loved it
question.
immediately.
Oh,
Some
love
things
it right
haven't
away.
changed either.
No.
A quick question. Do you have classes for little girls at your studio?
We actually do. We have starting from 5 years old classes. for
great.
little
So
kids.
cute.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
little boy and girl were in there the other day, a little partner, and they were doing their little cha-cha.
My daughter's 8 and she loves to dance around
Yeah.
and everything. God bless her soul, but she doesn't have much rhythm. So I'm thinking,
I
you know,
think you can
put-
actually teach
guide her,
that.
right?
Well,
'Cause she
imagine
loves
this.
it.
You have Latin dancing, which is, Latin, you think,
And
like
she's
Latin
Latin.
people, you think Latinas and
We're Latin.
Latinos. And it's dominated by Russians, who are like as white as it gets.
No.
But because they start when they're 6
Yeah.
and they learn the technique, and you go to the World Championships, out of 10 couples on the floor, there's only 20 people on the floor, only 2 of them are non-Russian.
Well, that's
Right.
a really good
Wow.
point that we were discussing, just how much of a fierce competitor the Russian seems to be. I mean, my husband and I watch tennis all the time, and we're like, gosh, these women, they're just monsters on that court. and everything that you do, it seems like
I think it kind of embedded into us from a childhood.
Exactly.
You go and do something as a hobby, which is considered to be for fun. In Russia, it's a little more, you go and do some hobby, but you take it very seriously.
Right.
You know, you better be good at it.
But
Yeah.
let us say this: at LA Ballroom Studio, we can cater to 2 kinds. We can
Yeah.
cater to competitive dancers who want to win championships and want to get titles, and we can cater to those who want to have fun. Like I say, it is a
Social
world-class
dancing,
studio for all levels of dance.
and really
That's
quickly,
awesome.
since we are talking about the studio, what are the classes like?
I will defer to the boss. I call her the boss
Okay.
because she is. Yes.
Educate me, boss, because
We
I'm
have-
going to go.
Yeah, we have different classes, like we discussed. We have kids classes.
Mm-hmm.
We have classes for beginners. So basically, if you never, ever danced, and even partner is
Like
not
Lilly.
required.
Like Lily. But I have
You-
rhythm.
You come in and we teach you, and then we have classes for people that already dance for a couple of years, so it's more intermediate, advanced. And we also have classes that I teach that are special workshops where we don't necessarily learn a dance, but we talk about movement and musicality and things like that.
But are
So
they like workout classes or
we do have a workout classes as well. So.
as well?
Yes.
Okay, and
So
you do
it-
teach privates as well.
Yep.
It's taught. It's called LA Ballroom, but do you also teach like ballet, jazz, tap, any of those regular classes for little kids, or is it all
What are
ballroom
the
for
styles
all
that
ages?
It's
you're
mostly ballroom, but
Okay.
we're actually planning on bringing some hip hop in.
Nice.
Yeah, we're
And,
going to expand it to hip hop.
yeah.
Well, there's West Coast swing, which I don't know if that is
Oh, so fun.
categorized in ballroom, but swing,
Yeah.
Love it.
hustle, cha-cha. Well, all these things are part of ballroom, and then we have social dancing there, and we also are going to have social salsa nights. So.
So you also own and run a dance talent agency,
Yes, I
which so you're quite the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
you. And I just have to throw in here, she just had a baby as well, so she's kind of doing everything.
She's doing it the Russian way.
do it all or do
Do
nothing,
it all
right?
or do nothing.
How did you land a girl like this? She's so busy.
Oh, it's a funny story.
We had to, you remember in Castaway where they sat there and they were like, okay, let's plan our next date, and they got their day planners out. When I saw that, I'm like, who does that? that. You plan a date, you'd be like,
Someone like her.
let's go out, how about tomorrow?
Oh,
With
this is
her,
hilarious.
she was like, I'm free in like 3 weeks. So
Nice.
we met. I was
Oh,
on.
I love it.
I was on Extreme Makeover Home Edition, an ABC
Yep.
show,
We're
and
gonna
she
talk
was
about
on Dancing with the Stars, and we were at the ABC up front at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Was it July 17th?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he remembers
I'm
the
standing there with
date.
all of
Way
the.
better
Are you
than I am.
kidding me? That's
I'm there
so
with all the
sweet.
Extreme Makeover crew and press line and everything, and this woman walks through the entire area with her nose up in the air, just stomping through like she couldn't be bothered, and she was gorgeous. And I asked the PR guy who was with us, I said, "Who's that?" He goes, "That's one of the dancers at Dancing with the Stars." I was like, "Wow, God, what is her problem?" Because she literally had her nose in the air and just pushed her way through the crowd. And so when we got inside, it was every show was there. Every Desperate Housewives, Scrubs. I ran into Donald Faison there, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "I'm looking for this girl." So I stood as close as I could to her and turned my back, and I said, "Tell me when she's not talking to someone."
And this is where where man logics comes into. Oh, what is her problem? I'm gonna go find that bitch. And I'm gonna go talk to her.
Exactly. What is her problem?
I'm gonna make her love
Let me
me.
go
Yeah.
give her a solution.
So then I turned around and I gave her my best pickup line.
Which was?
Hi, my name is Rip. I want to introduce myself. That's it.
Well done.
That's the best one
Yeah.
you can get.
I think that's very confident of
And
you.
did you like him immediately?
I always had problems with pickup lines. Ooh, you have beautiful hair, or you're hot, or can
Did
I buy
you fall
a
from the
drink?
stars
And
'cause
it
are
was
you
just always
bruised?
like,
You smell so good.
yeah. And my thing after that was end.
Yeah.
And then guys would just get lost, and that's it. It was done. So when a person came up and said, "I just want to introduce myself,"
Good
Very,
move.
very honest and
it
strong.
Authentic.
worked. It worked for me personally.
What I wanted to ask was, "Hi, I'm Rip.
What is
I
your
want to introduce
problem?"
myself." And what the is your problem? Why do you look so pissed off?
My
The
partner.
question should be, why am I so attracted to this?
That might be
Why
an
were you so
issue for
pissed
some
off
Better
that
characters.
day?
question.
Yeah.
For some reason, I remember I didn't want it to be there, and
That is so funny.
Karina talked me into it, and she said, "Oh, come on over. I also have a hotel room there. We're just gonna chill afterwards." And I decided to come. But my partner Tony Devolani used to joke about it, and I didn't date anybody for like 4 years, and he said, "You have this thing on your forehead running. Do not come up to me. I'll kill you." And I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm nice." He goes, "Yes, you do." I'm like, "Okay, then I guess I need to have a guy who have enough to come up."
I guess
and
I'm
You can
either
say
brave
it.
enough or dumb.
Giant balls, apparently.
Apparently
it
so.
worked. It worked.
That is so awesome. So now you have a newborn baby.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Did pregnancy for you kind of put your career on hold because you're a dancer? Or did you just dance through all 9 months?
I actually retired before I even met him competitively.
Okay.
And then I did shows for quite a few years. So when we met, my career as a competitive dancer was already done.
Uh-huh.
So family was kind of a natural thing where it would have
was
gone.
time.
Yeah, it was time.
How old's the baby?
He's 4.5 months.
Aw. Boy or girl?
Pie. It's a boy.
Boy, Magnus.
Oh, what a great name.
I love it.
That's a, yeah, that's a, like, I also have big balls.
Yeah. And he sounds like, I am Russian.
Yes.
I will destroy you.
It's actually what a Swedish descent name.
It's a funny story with
We
that.
have a funny story about
How'd
that.
you come up with that
tell
name?
us.
Well, at our baby shower, we had this game like see who knows us best, and so there was all these questions. One of the questions was, how did we come up with the name Magnus? Because we obviously knew we were going to name him Magnus. Was it named after Rib's great-great-grandfather, a famous Viking king, or some random guy in the parking garage? Nobody got it right.
It was a random
in the
guy.
parking garage.
Are you
The
serious?
story is this: we
Yeah.
moved into a new building, and my car is parked next to this really cool Dodge Challenger, black on black. And this cool dude gets out, he's scruffy,
that's
blonde hair,
fantastic.
Has a cool
muscular, cool
tattoo.
tattoo.
Wow.
And we started talking to him, and his name is Magnus, and he's Swedish, and
And he
he's
has
just
this
cool.
accent.
He just put off this
Yeah.
vibe that you
Oh,
hope your
man.
kid has.
And he's
So
got a
that's
cool
like,
car. Well, we get in the
Nice.
car. We weren't pregnant then. We get in the
No.
car and we look at each other and we're like,
What's the coolest
that guy
thing
was
ever?
the coolest dude.
Both of you, that's so
Yeah, we
funny.
And a few months later, we found out we were pregnant, and we jokingly were like, what if we named him Magnus?
And we're like, we can't do that.
But
Ha, ha, ha.
once that seed got planted, we couldn't.
Let it go.
Yeah, we couldn't
That's
let
a
it go.
great
It just got
story.
I love it, and I
that's
think it's
it.
so fitting for the parents.
Yeah. And
My husband always tells a story. His sister's name is Maisie, which is a really unique and I think a
cool.
very beautiful name. But she was named after. Well, the story goes, she was named after a dog that they were out walking, and someone called their dog Maisie. Like that
I
name.
think it just come from amazing, you know, amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she is pretty amazing. Maisie, if you're listening, hi.
So what are you doing now, Rib, with acting?
I've been.
You've
I
done
had
a
a
few
really, I've
movies?
done a few movies. I had
Yeah.
a really good summer. It was one of those like dream summers for me. I did 3 movies back to back
us about
that we're bringing out right now.
I heard that you did a movie called Cowboys and Dinosaurs with TradioV's own Eric Roberts.
I
has a
did.
show
Eric
here.
played my father.
Really?
Cool.
It was quite an honor. Yeah, I actually just saw. I just did ADR for it yesterday. I saw the scene.
What
between
is
me
it
and
about?
Nice.
It's about cowboys and dinosaurs.
No, really?
Yeah, it's a sci-fi kind of monster disaster movie that there's these miners and they blast a hole into this cave that reveals that these dinosaurs have been living underground for obviously millions and millions of years, living off of I think methane gas or something, and they get released. And I play the sort of wayward son who comes home. His name's Val Walker, a former bull rider. And the town is under attack and in disaster, and I have to save the day. So
You're
it was a
gonna
lot of
save
fun.
it.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
so you saved the day.
He's a
I
hero.
do. I got
You're
to
the
play.
hero.
I got to play the hero in that.
And he
then
used to
And
ride the bulls,
I
actually.
rode bulls, so
Yeah.
that was
What?
Yep.
That's a fun movie to shoot.
it was a blast. I got to
No, really?
Yeah.
I rode bulls for I don't know about a year. It was a long,
For real,
long
yeah.
time ago. Just for fun, and about 10 years
That's
or so
fun.
now.
For fun, you know.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
that's
he's,
fun.
He's on that side of personality. His dad tells the story that he used to ride motorcycles when he was little. I don't know, like what, 8, 9, 10. And he goes,
Oh,
there's
daredevil.
only 2 ways. He either will win or crash. So there's never a second place.
Guess that
that's
go big
true.
or go home. So
I am anti-motorcycle. How do you feel about motorcycles whizzing by you on the 405?
well, I used
Now-
to be one of those. I lived in.
I mean, you are like 1
Done
inch
it all,
away
right?
from
yeah,
death.
it's very. Well, how do you feel about sitting in traffic for 4 hours straight?
Well, I would rather sit in traffic than risk my life because some bad driver runs into me by accident, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you pound that pavement, you're done.
I did. I did
Bye-bye.
go down, and I had a major shoulder injury, but
Oh.
it's
And-
kind of the risk you
And
take.
then
Did you
it
keep
in-
riding
It sounds
after
like you
that?
guys.
I have still rode. Yeah.
Oh my
He
gosh.
didn't on the bike, but he would get on it any day.
It seems like your personalities are so fitting. You
Yeah.
guys are so compatible.
Well, so far, yeah.
We
it's
have
been good.
our crazy days and we have our at home in pajamas watching movie days.
But you
Yeah.
attack life in a
Perfect.
similar energy and focus.
This one, she gets to the office and she goes into Russian mode. She's
Nice.
like, "Wow, we're gonna do this.
See
We're gonna
that.
do this. Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Elena about coaching 2 of the Olympic hopeful teams, figure skating teams, and
amazing.
more when we come back on TradioV.
Are you thinking on me now? What? Yeah. Because I'm thinking on you, baby. Yeah. Now do you want a little bit of my love? Wait a minute. See, every time I walk down the street with you, see, I'm as proud as a girl came.
Wow.
What I want to know. Can you teach me how to do that?
Definitely.
I will be
Nobody
there
can teach you
24
how to do-
hours a day. I will not
Listen,
sleep
if
to learn how to
you
do
put
that.
24 hours a day, no problem.
How gorgeous
That is my new challenge.
My wife. That's
She is
incredible.
She is incredible.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Hot. Now, you were just telling us that you have a little promo you want
Yes,
to offer to our listeners.
I do. I want to offer to your listeners
So
out there,
excited.
in honor of being on this show and in honor of us opening up LA Ballroom Studio. Come by the studio or call in and mention that you listen to us on this show.
Or
And-
tweet.
Or tweet.
tweet,
Yep.
yes.
And you will get a complimentary introductory lesson, a complimentary
Oh,
group
can
lesson,
I call in and pretend that I'm a listener?
and a complimentary social party. And it's going to run through the month of
And the
February.
group class.
I should
Nice.
preface
Okay.
it's February 2014, so we don't go all the way into 2015. But yes.
Okay, guys,
So
get
please,
on
come
the
come
phone
on
and
by.
call in right
Wow.
now. Tweet.
You can find their website, laballroomstudio.com. You can tweet them at Rib Hillis and at
Get
Elena
on
Grinenko.
this.
Because
Get
I
on
feel
it.
if you come by the studio you will get infused with the love of dance like we are all there. We have great
Oh, I'm
instructors.
so excited.
We
I
have
am
a lot
so
of fun.
there.
We have
Are
great
you
group
coming with me?
classes.
I'm there. So I've danced my whole life. So I'm totally.
Excuse me. She has to call
done-
me out and say, well, Lily's never danced. And now she's like, I've danced my whole life.
Okay, listen.
Girl, it is on.
Wait.
It is fucking on. I will dance you.
Dance
I will
off,
dance
dance
you
off.
away.
I have to sit across from this every Thursday. I'm allowed to have one thing in my life
I see
that
a dance
can
off.
kick her ass
Dance
in.
Dance
off.
off.
It is.
It's like
Dance
Zoolander.
off.
Girl,
So
you
walk
don't
off,
want to
it's dance
challenge
off.
me.
Okay, so we're going to do some privates before the dance off.
Oh, you don't understand all the private dancing that's been going on with all the celebrities and Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
I have
thought you were gonna
inside.
say Ricky too.
I have inside
Can-
knowledge because her
any
friends.
inside scoop you can give
Insight.
us? Any good ones?
Well, we would go to a local studio and we would see celebrities coming in and out, and then find
That later
time
on
later
they
that they're
get
on
on
the
the
show,
show.
and so there's
Up.
secret. Well, if you're a celebrity and you want to be on the show and you feel
Ooh,
you're
they
on that track,
play
of course
dirty.
you're.
I say
That's
Everybody plays
cheating.
dirty.
But I say if you don't do it, that's kind of dumb because if you know you're planning,
You want to win,
She's
right?
gonna win
She's
no
a
matter
Russian
what,
competitive
you know?
dancer.
Yes. Yes.
She said this when she switched. She was in International Latin with Max. They danced that for
Yeah.
6 years, and then they switched. She stopped dancing Latin with Max. She switched over to American Rhythm with Tony. And she's like, "What?" She goes, "All I have to do is step my foot on the floor, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win a title." 3 months after she started, they won their first world title.
no, 5 weeks.
Sorry, 5 weeks.
Correction,
5
baby.
weeks.
5 weeks.
So I want to talk about this because just for context, let me back it up.
Yeah.
Meryl Davis and Charlie White are the American ice skating couple that's getting all of the play right now. They just won
Yes.
the
Nationals.
national
Yeah.
champions.
Perfect
And-
score.
and they,
Wow.
it's their 6th straight U.S. couples ice skating championship that they've won, and they are the favorite for the gold medal this year. With their only competition being the Canadian couple, Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, and you coach both.
How does that work? Isn't that a conflict of
Well,
interest?
they actually work with the same coach, Marina, so they are in the same ring.
Okay.
And
But-
originally, Meryl and Charlie found me,
Mm-hmm.
and I did their Latin routine
Okay.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Marina liked the way I work, and
Yeah.
then I actually started working with all of her couples,
Okay.
including.
So
Yes,
you're like a kick-ass choreographer, and she's a kick-ass coach, and now the two
And they're Russian.
and now they're
They're all
facing
Russian.
and they're all
off.
Russian.
Yeah. The Russians are taking over.
Well, except that it's an
No,
American and
I'm
Canadian couple
serious.
facing off for
But
the
they
gold
are
this year.
coached by Russians.
Wow.
The Russians are taking over. I mean, serious.
I go walk around the store. I'll be like in Target, and I hear Russian. I'll look at her and she's like, "Uh huh." What's that show about the Russian like the sleeper spies,
Yes.
the Russian couple?
Americans, it calls Americans.
So do you have a favorite to win? Can you say?
You know what? They are such a different personality people. I mean, I guess because I got into that because of Meryl and Charlie, I probably have a little bit softer spot for them.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. She's going for the USA coach. USA.
But they're all both couples, very lovely people, and such a pleasure to work with because it's so out of my box. Like
Yeah.
when I came in first time and I said I honestly never coached any figure skaters, but I'll give it my best shot, and it was just fun.
Are you a good figure skater?
Oh,
Did you have
no.
to get out
let
there?
me tell you the story about that. So this one's like, I'm gonna go to Michigan.
I used to figure skate when I was
and
little.
she, I used to do that. I used to, oh yeah, I used to skate. And I said, I want to see you on skate. She goes, yeah, I used to. I'm gonna be like this. She's like, and no, so she goes and she's telling me I'm gonna be like. Meryl, right, was holding your hands.
No, Charlie.
Okay, Charlie was holding, and Meryl was videotaping, and she gets on this skate, and she's like, she almost knocked Charlie down. I was laughing so hard, I almost pissed myself.
Yeah, I don't think I would do good on skating with the
In
stars.
her mind, she remembers being
Oh
6
my
years old, going.
God. That is hilarious.
But I came back after that trip, and my dad used to skate, and he actually had like a master degree in skating. It's like in order to compete. And I came up to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I remember when I was little, I skated, and I was good. What happened?
She's Russian. She was
And I
very
was
good.
like, what happened? And she said, you got into dancing, and I took your skates and I hidden them on the attic, and you never skated since because she was afraid I'll break my legs. And that's what happened.
She's like, that's what happened. There is a reason.
There is.
There is
See,
a reason.
I was good at skating.
They
I was
never
good.
got me another pair of skates, and
I
that
love
was
you.
that.
Or she would be at the Olympics instead.
That's right.
So
I was an amazing tennis player.
Really?
I just never played.
I am so into tennis right now. You can't tease me that way. That's like my new love.
But if I had,
Rib has done soaps, you've done primetime, you've done movies, you've done Extreme Makeover.
I'm just a media whore. I've done it all.
You've been all over the place, and you're training Olympic ice skaters, and you have a dance studio, and you're on Dancing with the Stars celebrity. Like, what is
And you
next
just had a
for
baby.
you? I mean, what could possibly be left for you to?
Well, we're planning to take this studio and really run with it. We're really, really excited. It's a dream come true for us. She's wanted to have a studio for a few years and stop traveling. With our new baby, we got an amazing opportunity. It's a great space right on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. And our plan is to take
What's the cross street?
It's right by Beverly Glen. And then
I
there's
used
the
to
big
live
giant guitar center
Guitar
right there.
center.
I used to
And
live
there's
right
the
there in
new
Beverly
Super
Glen.
Ralph's being built
Yeah.
just down the street. I mean, it's
Great.
amazing. People walk in the door because there's this huge sign that says dance right there.
Yeah.
So we want to take the studio and really just make it a place that people that love to dance, not just ballroom, but all kinds of dance. We also have this idea that we've been kicking on. We did a show called Dance Junkies TV.
Which
We
I
have a YouTube
saw on
channel.
YouTube.
And we would do pre-party for Dancing with the Stars, and we had pretty much all the pros pretty much on that we could get, and some of the celebrities, because they were all friends of hers.
Right.
Louis Van Amstel was on a couple times.
Pays
Val.
to know people.
Exactly. So we're gonna bring back Dance Junkies TV, but we've always had this idea of a show about a ballroom studio.
Yeah.
And all of the stuff that goes on, the gossip, the
Do
fights.
it. All you
All
gotta
the
do is get a
drama.
camera in there
Because
and
ballroom
go for
dancers are like, I like them to thoroughbreds that are trained to do one thing, and they have such passion. The fights between
Oh,
it. Dancers are
yes,
competitive.
well,
I
some of
grew up
our,
in a very similar
our
environment.
teachers are listening right now, and they're very intense. And sometimes when they're practicing, it gets intense. It's amazing.
I can't wait. We have limited time, so tell us about these films that are coming out this year.
Well, January 28th, Haunting of the Innocent. It's a film that I produced, starred in. My son was in it. That's coming out on Redbox, Haunting of the Innocent. And then Cowboys vs. Dinosaurs should be out in the spring. I did a third film for the legendary Roger Corman called Sharktopus versus Terracuda,
I saw that.
which Eric Roberts was in the original Sharktopus.
He did Piranaconda.
I did Piranaconda.
Oh,
He did.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
He
yeah.
did Piranaconda
And
with
then
Terry
a
Evans.
film that was, it's an LGBT film. It's called Birthday Cake, and it's a sequel to Groom's Cake, a multi-award-winning film
Awesome.
that is going to get released through Aristocal in the
Wow.
coming months. So it's been
Busy,
It's been very busy.
Yeah,
And
you guys are on
and
fire.
I'm on TV with a
Rats.
hefty commercial right now.
I saw it, and I'm sorry we didn't play the clip, but he is the hot new garbage man. Hardly a garbage guy, but
Your hefty ultimate
man,
bags. Are
I
so
wish you were coming to
ultimate.
pick up my trash.
Well, actually, we're thinking about starting a Kickstarter campaign, GoFundMe,
I
and
said we're gonna
yeah.
sell your package that you go into somebody's house and you pick up their trash shirtless.
Nice.
Oh,
And
that's
we'll sell it.
hilarious.
My wife is whoring me out.
She is
pimping me out.
whoring you out.
Yeah.
Well, I really, really thank you guys for coming to see us on our show today.
So much fun and inspiring.
Come
Definitely.
to the studio and dance off. I see
Yes.
that happening.
I am so there. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we
But-
might videotape that for your little
Oh
show.
yeah.
Ooh, that's the first segment.
LA
It has to be
Ballroom-
Latin.
LA
It has to be a
Ballroom-
Latin dance
Stop LABallroomstudio.com, Elena Grinenko.com, GrinyaTalent.com, and RibHillis.webs.com. That's where you can find all of our information here for our two lovely guests. Thank you so much for joining us. And next week, we have Eric Martsolf from Days of Our Lives
I
and
filled
Passion.
in for him when he had his
Oh
twins.
yeah, we were talking about
recap.
that.
Yes, we were going to talk about this. We didn't have enough time. We never have
We
enough time.
never have enough time.
You have to have a 2-hour show.
Super nice guy.
We do.
All right.
We really do.
Tune in next week, Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, with Eric Martsolf from Days of Our Lives. Come back here on TradioV.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You are watching TradioV, Radio and TV.